It has no shape, just substance. It is but pate, a potential with no definite destiny. But then, when a few hands get together to nurture it and care for it, to give it an innate strength, to create a unique entity, to draw from its strengths, to benefit from its equity, it slowly begins to take shape. It slowly becomes recognizable. And it slowly becomes a brand. This is the story of two brands. One, a brand that evolved step by innovative step into one of the more robust in the world. And the other that overnight simply stumbled and fell. This is the story of how these two brands came together and created a third brand that had all the strengths of the old and was also honed to take on the challenges of the new.
On a 7th of January, some of them had to go through an experience which is very difficult to explain, because to some it was anger, to some it was anguish, to some it was shame, to some it was denial, to some it was why me, and for some it was this is a sinking boat, let me run away from here. At that point of time, to be able to come back and say all is well and we will transform, we will be able to redefine the normal, I think it was again a story of managing the mindsets. If you tell me, how does the tenets of Rise apply to the last 2 years' journey of Satyam to Mahindra Satyam, there were a lot of fundamental facts. One is, accept no limits. You had to demonstrate it by proving that you're not a small organization in IT. I mean, that you were a part of an $11 billion organization is fine, but the question is, what are you in IT? I mean, how do you care for people? How do you demonstrate that this transformation is the best thing for my customer, best thing for my shareholder, best thing for my employees, and best thing for keeping the company going on thought leadership? Transparency, ethics, values, track record of Mahindras, track record of Tech Mahindra, and that Rise as a mindset, Rise as a tenet was always a guiding force. Was it any magic? I mean, yeah, sure, we could have. I can promise you there is no textbook, there is no example which actually says that this kind of a transformation has happened in the past. Our focus on community services will remain. Inclusiveness is important, and people are the most critical element. It's their spirit, it's their grit, it is their sense of purpose, it is their desire to succeed, it's their desire to transform, it is their desire to be part of that big picture. I think made a huge difference.
Was managing the transition easy? Was it challenging? Was it rewarding? Let's find out.
So in our business, people are the brand, truly. They represent what this organization is all about. They bring to play what this organization stands for. And more importantly, I think they let the customers know why they are there and how they can actually help them build their business. So this organization has always been about delivery. It's always been about its ability to meet customer expectations. And we have this, I would almost call it legendary reputation, if you may, of being a very high focus on delivery organization. And now that point got reinforced so much during the crisis, when our delivery ensured that our SLAs were improved. We had the highest customer delight score coming up during that point in time. And therefore, the delivery capability of the organization was reinforced to say that we are capable of delivering even amidst adversity. Now, that for us was a reinforcement of the capability that the organization brings to the table. So, for us, what it meant when Satyam became Mahindra Satyam was that we wanted to ensure that the essence of what we bring to the organization remain undiluted, yet bring forth aspects such as agility, aspects such as empowerment at the grassroots level, aspects such as ensuring that we are capable of bringing forth early leaders into the organization. That was the focus. And for us, that was about resurrecting the brand in a way which brings forth newer facets of this people brand called Mahindra Satyam. For us, this whole exercise was about building a group of people who do not accept limits, who do not get burdened by the boundaries of possibility. It was about people who could come forward and say, I have a different way of doing stuff, not the traditional way. I know there are challenges and I have my own suggested ways of dealing with it. So it was about alternative ways of thinking. And for us, it was about building an organization that was determined to change and to bring forth change. And therefore, the principles of Rise and the Mahindra Group's principles of growth are what we today represent. I'm very proud that we have managed to get this done for Mahindra Satyam.
The FIFA World Cup and the opportunity that was presented in front of us couldn't have come at a better time. In 2009, when we were struggling to cope with a crisis which was really, really large for us, came this wonderful opportunity for us to show the world the stuff we were made of. When I visited our 130 associates and had the chance to speak to them, I was amazed to see that once again the adage that brands are as good as its people was proved right. I'm truly honored and privileged to be part of Mahindra Satyam and a part of Mahindra Satyam's resurgence, and we bounced back and we showed the world what we were made of. Some of the proudest moments for us was when we were in the stadium and we saw the runners of Mahindra Satyam across the ground. I remember one of our customers made a comment saying that till about a few months ago, we were making headlines for all the wrong reasons, and from today, we will start making headlines for all the right reasons. I think these are moments which can never ever be articulated in a few sentences. They simply have to be felt. I was really privileged to have been a part of that journey, have been a part of the FIFA journey, and to be amazed at the resilience of our associates who ensured that not only the flag of India was flying high, we were able to deliver a very large cloud-based solution to impact millions of people across the world. If you're an Indian and you're watching this, please always feel proud that a company called Mahindra Satyam, a brand which was dissipated just a few months back in early 2009, bounced back and delivered a very, very powerful message that a brand is always as good as its people.
But what gave this global brand a local foothold, a local advantage that was tangible? What made the global and local togetherness palpable?
The Asia-Pacific region continues to grow at an accelerated speed with a superior performance that has enabled us to be amongst the fastest growing region across the globe.
If being local was the secret sauce that powered our revival, It was the support of customers across the globe that fueled our resurgence. But the support of our customers, the enthusiasm, dedication, and conviction of our leaders would have all fallen short of our critical mass for the reinvention of a new brand, if not for our amazing associates.
Did most of us have thoughts in our minds whether we would continue, whether we should continue, whether we should probably start looking out? Yes, there were a few who probably left at that time, and obviously, we don't hold that against anybody that way. But some of us stuck on because we believed that there was something about this organization which there was something in its DNA, there was something which held us back, that inherently, somewhere deep down, this was an organization that was built to last. This was an organization that would stand the test of time. This company is built by people, and these people are the ones who have decided to stay on. These are the people who believe that there is something about this organization, and that's what's really made it what it is today.
I joined Mahindra Satyam as a fresher about 1.5 years back. While I was joining, I heard a lot of opinions and views, so to say. Are you sure this is what you want to join? Are you sure you would like to start your career with a brand that is just undergoing one of the biggest crises that Indian economy could have ever seen? But somewhere I knew that this was one place where I could really learn, which would offer challenges, yes, but at the same time, there could be something more that this brand and this company could provide me.
How many 2-year-old companies do you think have been around for a lifetime?
My daughter, she thinks football is a Mahindra's invention.
Work has never been so satisfying, and life has never been so satisfying.
I walk into the canteen and feel our old familiar buzz and see that old familiar smile, only it's wider and ready to take bigger challenges.
Like the legendary phoenix, we have risen from the ashes, are now acknowledged a new rising force in the industry.
The new amalgamated brand discovered a new strength, a new sense of direction, and showed the world that when thousands of committed souls come together for a common purpose, when they resolve to start afresh, start anew, there is nothing that can stop a brand whose time has come. There is nothing that can change the shape of a destiny scripted by dedication. And there's nothing the future can dare deny. Because the brand has a life powered by people loyal to the core values of the brand. Because the brand has a buoyancy that makes it float on dreams, and a tenacity that helps it to never stray from its path. Today we look around and we see Mahindra Satyam, but it's only when we look back with pride and look up with hope and confidence that we see the brand rise.